right, so part 1 was the AccuCut saw track, okay? This is part 2. This is the Kreg Rip Cutter, okay? This one is for ripping plywood the long way, okay? I did cross-cutting before with the track. The track can only reach just a little more than the width of a sheet of plywood, so like 50 inches, okay? It reaches just over the width of plywood. The rip cut, supposedly, is gonna connect to my saw and allow me to rip the full length, the full 8 feet. So I'm gonna bring the camera over, open this bad boy up, talk some gibberish, and then put it together to show you how to cut. All right, here we go. Let's see what happens. Try not to cut my arm off. There's a track thingy. There's this thingy. The booklet. There's the track. Get rid of that. All right, so I could probably figure this out without the directions, but I think I'm gonna actually read the directions. All right, so you got a couple thingies in there, a couple screws. All right. Now, if I was a betting man, I would say that this goes over here, something like that. Oh yeah, pretty good. Oh, look at that. 2 little dimples that go in there, and then they give you 2 screws, baby. Oh boy. Not rocket science, people. All right, sweet. All right, that's my guide. I can tell because I'm a carpenter. All right, so this thing right here has got a bunch of numbers. It starts right here like a ruler. Sorry for the middle finger. I do this all the time. Right there, there's the edge of my ruler, okay? All the way up to, looks about 2 feet, okay? So this is gonna rip. It's gonna slide right on the end. We're gonna hook this bad boy up and check it out. You slide this thing in, a couple little things you unscrew, you tighten it down. It catches, it holds this plate, this plate onto your saw, which has the tracks. All right, so since this is a battery saw, I took the battery out so I can't cut my arm off or my fingers, okay? And then this little lever loosens this thing up, okay? You flip it over, it makes this little bajigga right there loose, all right? Now, this thing has a track that slides in here and fits this bad boy, okay? There it is. All right, going in. Okay. Now, I'm gonna clamp down all the way. This thing's super tight. Okay, I'm gonna back it up, show you how it's done. Here we are. I'm gonna slide this thing over. We're gonna rip this thing. I'm gonna rip this. Let's see where my blade is. I got a red line right here on the plastic that lines up. We're gonna go small. We're gonna rip a 9-inch. Nope. We're gonna rip a 8-inch rip. Crank that bad boy down. Okay. Thing on. Now, one hand looks like it's gonna have to guide this and hold it. The other one's gonna hold my saw, okay? All right, so pay attention, here I come. Watch down there. right, so I put the camera right in the way of my guide because I'm a genius and my glasses are fogging. So I'm gonna move the camera over so I can finish this rip. Genius. More geniusness. All right, so that's the Kreg Rip Cut. A little shorter video, but I like this thing. I'm gonna keep it. When I bought the AccuCut, it came with that base that you mount the saw to. And when I bought the Rip Cut, it came with another one. So I have two. So if I break one, I got two of them, all right? I would highly recommend this thing. I loved it. That thing cut like butter and it cut fast. The only thing I would recommend, my cut station, I had another stud to it, okay? I actually ripped a piece of plywood off of the end of that yesterday and didn't account for that while I was testing this thing. So my sheet's a little shorter than I thought. Okay, so when I just cut that, it fell off the edge and dropped that camera. Now you know, make sure your cut station is secure, and when you cut your plywood, it stays there, it doesn't fall off. That can break the plywood, it can land on your foot and ruin your cut or ruin your foot, which will try to ruin your day.